Hello, this is a professional development session called Creating YouTube Videos to Support Student Learning. This was given to ADVETI teachers in July 2020, and this is just a review to follow up. So in this session we'll do a quick introduction. I will talk about my YouTube channel. We'll talk about why you should have a YouTube channel, what equipment and software you could use, the structure of a video, the stages of making a video, and then how to use YouTube at the end. So to give you an introduction, my name is Peter. I'm the head of the English department at Bynuna Institute. I've been teaching since 2004 and with ADVETI since 2010. I have a CELTA and a Delta and a Masters of Education. And I have an IC3. My purpose for telling you this is just so that you know that I come from a teaching background, but I don't have specialist knowledge in e-learning or anything like that. I don't profess to have specialist knowledge in that. I've just taken an interest in it. I see the value in using blended learning tools, and YouTube is just one of them, and that's what I'm talking about today. I'm a technophile. I always look for support online in things that I'm doing. I don't try to wing it. I am the Blackboard champion for the campus, which means that I go to the training sessions and have to follow that up with individual departments so that they're using Blackboard correctly. And I also man the Bynuna helpline for online learning, and that's actually where a lot of this need for the YouTube videos came from in recent months, where everyone's been working from home and a lot more online support was needed. So you can see my YouTube channel here at this link, but during this session I'll just be showing screenshots and little videos of it. So this is what it looks like on the screen. So I have currently a whopping 39 subscribers, 41 videos, and surprisingly one of my videos has 22,000 views. So again, I'm not professing to be any kind of YouTuber. I don't really have much of an interest in that. There's not many people following it, but the videos are proving quite useful for our students in the current climate, and I think a lot of people have found them very useful. If you can see down the bottom, one's about how to install the lockdown browser, had 1,500 views in a week. So obviously a lot of people were watching it again and again to try and figure out how to do that. So that's what I have as my YouTube channel. It came from the challenges we faced working at home during this COVID-19 situation. Student support was needed every hour, sometimes needed for multiple students at the same time. So rather than repeat myself, I thought that YouTube videos would be useful for teachers as well. They're in class, there's a lot of demands on them, they don't have time to provide technical support, so that this was just sending links to YouTube videos was helpful. And we're all physically distant, we have to keep our distance, so this was another way to cut that gap. The solution was YouTube videos. They're clear, they're concise, they're time efficient. I don't need to repeat myself again and again. I can effectively distribute them to all the students that I manage, plus all the students in the campus, and then actually on the grander scheme of things, they can go to all the students around ADVETI in the different cities at the same time. And also one positive thing is that they're collaborative, so different campuses, different people can work together on the same kind of project. So why do you need a YouTube channel? This one I've provided is for ADVETI English and mainly for Bynuna Institute, but why should you as a teacher have one? Well, look, 3 reasons I put them in. Modern teaching. We're going to be going forward with online learning. It's going to be here in some guise, certainly while the virus is around, and then for the foreseeable future, online learning is the way of modern learning. It's instant support for students and the technical support, and you can try different teaching approaches like a flipped classroom. That would need a different presentation, but you could use videos to show the learning point of the class and then use the class time for more practical purposes and establishing comprehension. Our students we have issues with absent and late students. they could use the videos for the classes they've missed rather than you taking up class time for the students who did attend. You could have weaker students, and this was a chance for them to revisit what was done in the lesson, and then at the end of the term it could be used for exam revision. And then for quality and performance management, it's a good way to collaborate with your colleagues in other campuses, and you could set it as one of your performance appraisal goals. Two little quotes I found. Millennials make up 92% of the digital viewing audience. So this is not just education, this is entertainment, sports, everything. But millennials, they take up their viewing, they use YouTube, they use Instagram for their viewing content. They're not watching TV as much, and 92% of all the views are done by millennials, and that's what our student age is. That's what we should be looking at, how to get them in this format. Studies have shown that using short video clips is very efficient for processing and memory recall. So I'll revisit this later, but this is a research paper I found. The equipment you need, well, it's provided by ADVETI, mostly it's free. You need a laptop with the internet, you need PowerPoint, you will need some audio equipment. I'll cover that in just a split second. Screencasting software, so there are some free options available. Video editing software if you want to change anything on the video, and of course a YouTube account. Just to show the difference with audio equipment, here is the sound of me saying the same line using the laptop, a headset, and an expensive microphone. See if you can hear any difference. Hello, this is how you boil an egg. Hello, this is how to boil an egg. Hello, this is how to boil an egg. So these weren't ideal scenarios for showing it, but if you could hear, the microphone on the laptop is designed to cover everything within the area around the laptop. You know, it covers a semicircular kind of area until your face, which is probably 15 or so inches from the laptop. So it can pick up peripheral sounds. It's a little more echoey. The headset is designed to cover things 1 inch from your mouth, so it is more precise. That's what I'm using here now. I have this Bluetooth headset and it works very well. The more expensive one I have in my office. I use it occasionally, but to be honest, I find the headset works well enough, so I didn't really need to invest in the microphone. So my advice would be to go with one of these headsets, and honestly, even the cheap ones work quite well. So the structure of the video, I did some research into this. I looked at a few papers, and generally they were finding that the one that summarized it was called by Guo, Kim and Rubin from Korea, and they advise that videos should be 6 minutes maximum. They think that any longer, their research found that students weren't as attentive. That the personal feel is more impacting than the high fidelity studio. So, you know, using basic tools like PowerPoint rather than, you know, expensive things like Khan Academy always use these tools that they have. They still make an impact, and a strong impact. And also to use a talking head via webcam is more engaging. So I've actually put one in this video. I tend not to use them mainly because I don't really see the point of seeing myself on the screen, but apparently it helps with the learner and to engage, to see who is actually speaking. And from my personal observations, because I subscribe to a few educators on YouTube now, I think that talking too much is not helpful. Obviously, I'm talking quite a bit now. I'm trying to cram a lot into a thing, but I think for your learners, this would be better to avoid. Don't use complex language. Use color and text and images to make the words pop out on the screen. Collaborate with your colleagues if it's a complicated thing, so have one person do the intro and one person do the presentation style of it. Always sound enthusiastic, have a bit of fun with it, tell a few jokes. They will know you, they might want to hear humor from a different person, so enjoy how you present it. Use keywords on the screen to provide some signaling and say them as they come up on the screen, and use a greeting. Say hello, say goodbye, and thank you at the end of the video. So the lesson content, this is a very basic example, how to boil an egg. I made a quick PowerPoint. I'm not going to offend you by playing this, but I prepared it using PowerPoint. I used the template of PowerPoint. Very nice to look at. There's nothing complex about them. There's the same one for this presentation. I use images, I use graphs, I use videos, and I try to keep it short and not to put too many words on the screen. They want to hear from you, they want to read for themselves. So here is this. So to record it, I used a software called screencast. This is free software. You just need to open an account with a personal email or your work email. There's tutorials here on how to use Screencast. You could also use Blackboard Collaborate, that's what we have. You could record from there. There's other ones called OBS Studio, EasyVid, Cam Studio. I think Cam Studio is more what they're using in the Calm Academies. It's a bit more advanced. And of course, if you're doing more technical things, maybe with CAD or some mathematical programs, you might want to use a stylus pen with smooth draw. And for most of these, there's a paid version versus a free version. I've been using the Screencast-O-Matic free version and it works perfectly well for me as long as I don't need to do much editing at the end. So this is the video, very quick. Hello, this video is how to boil an egg. Then you need to add cold water to cover the eggs by about 3 centimeters. And that's it. I won't want to insult your intelligence by showing you how to boil an egg, but it's a very quick and easy process just with the headset, Screencast-O-Matic, and a PowerPoint, and hey presto, I have a video. Now at the end, if you notice at the start of the video, there was a little bit of a bang there as I put something down on a table. You might want to remove that. You might want to add a bit of music. You might want to do a few things. So this is optional. You might want to fit the time. You might want to put multiple videos together, certainly for revision. You might want to add music. You might want to add an intro page at the start. You might want to add subtitles. And of course, things change in our curriculum. You might need to edit a particular point on the video. So you don't want to do the whole video again. So you might want to just insert it. So this is where editing comes in, if you want to do these things. I use Wondershare Filmora. You can use Screencast-O-Matic, but you have to pay for their editing, and Hit Film Express is a free one that works quite well. And of course, for the Mac people out there, iMovie works very well as well, but that's not something I use for work because we're on PC. So here is the video with a little bit of editing. So when the video is ready, then you can just upload like that, or you can add a few things to it, edit it if you want. I like to use a bit of software called Wondershare Filmora 9. This is what it looks like. It's quite daunting when you see it look like this, but I've been using it for a few months now and you get used to the bits that you need. So first I would import the file, sorry. Okay. That now puts it here. It's not on yet. I need to drag it into here to make it. Again, you'd have to watch tutorials on this. If you wanted to edit something, then you can do various things like trim it here, trim things at the end. The only thing I want to do here is just add a bit of music, because I find that a bit of soft music in the background can just make it a bit more light-hearted, a bit more interesting. So music, my advice, never put a song that is known, like a Rihanna song or something like that, because YouTube has technology that is able to listen for these things and they will delete your video. So there's ones in here, they come with copyright allowed, so you would import them. This is just one I would use. I would drag it in here. If I play it, hello, this video, it's a little loud, so I'm just going to lower the volume a little bit so it's more background. How to boil an egg. And then just to gently, if I right click, Go to adjust, I can fade it in so that it draws in. And I've just noticed that the start of the video has a very loud sound, so I'm going to delete that as well. If I just scroll along, if I go here, I trim, I remove. Now my video is just that little bit cleaner to present. I also don't want the music to go on past the end of the video, so I'll trim at the end. And now it's probably, I could listen back to it, but I don't want to waste time here. I would go to export, create the video. I'm going to save it as how to boil an egg. It's an MP4. This tells me the size of it. Sometimes videos can get very big, in which case you can reduce the quality and then they go down in size, but it's fine for YouTube. So I'm just going to click export. And that's now done, and we now have a video in YouTube, in our folder ready to upload to YouTube. So here is the file. It's called How to Boil an Egg.
Hello. This video,
and that's ready to go on YouTube. Okay, so that's the video made. It's edited, and now I just need to post it to YouTube. So using YouTube, it changes every so often, the little bits, but generally speaking, it's about creating a video, adding some details, and then uploading. So first, you need an account. It's linked to your, Google owns YouTube, so it's linked to your Google account. So you can use your own Hotmail, Gmail, or you can use your work email. Open the account, click on this little button that says create or upload video. You need to adjust the details. Then you need to click on publish, and then to share it with your students, you would copy the link via Blackboard or in your WhatsApp groups or email, however you communicate with your students. Just at this point, I wanted to say just to discuss quickly about possible dangers about sharing student information. So this is going public, so I don't mind putting my things on there. I can talk about working for ADVETI because they employ me, but you need to be careful that you don't put student work on that they're not approved that you put on there, or certainly anything like student phone numbers, if it happened to be on a spreadsheet or something like that, or even student IDs. These things should not be shared. Logos, I put ADVETI's logo. They employ me. The work I put together is representative for them, but I wouldn't put logos of anyone else, like the Ministry of Education or IELTS or a publisher that perhaps we're using, Blackboard for example. I can mention them, but I can't put their logo. And of course, it's open to non-ADVETI viewers, so I actually turn comments off because I don't want people watching it and putting strange things on. The purpose is to support my students, and so I want to be careful with that. So here is a little video of how I upload it to YouTube. Okay, and now we have the video ready. We need to upload it to YouTube. So I will open YouTube. If you're not logged in, you should be logged in at the top here, just to check. So this is my account. This one at the moment is my personal account, but I'm going to move it into my work one eventually. I can go there, or I can click on this video camera here that says create. Click on this. Now it says to drag and drop the files. The thing about YouTube tutorials is that I watch a few. They may only be a year old, but the slight layout has changed. So just this might be out of date even when you try to do it. So just make sure you try to get up to date with that. It doesn't change too much, but no. So I'm going to select a file. My video is in here. Where's how to boil an egg, wherever that is. Okay, it's loading now. It's going to be how to boil an egg. I like to add the Arabic to it, just for the introduction, just to help our students to know what they're looking for. I'm going to put a description. This video is for ADVETI students to learn how to boil an egg. I'm going to have to delete this later. You can upload a thumbnail, don't need to do all this. Playlists, no, it doesn't need to go in a playlist. Oh, actually, I have made playlists for this. I made a playlist for stage 1. So this is, let's just say this is technical support for students. Okay, I'm going to throw it in that playlist so that it appears on there later. Is it made for kids? Just say yes. The reason for this is just that people have videos that aren't appropriate for kids, so they stick them on there. More options. On this one, I like to put tags. Now, tags are those things that help people to find the video easily. So for my tags, I always put ADVETI, comma. I always put English and what is in it. So we're boiling an egg, or how. That's just, we need to separate those words. Boil egg. Okay. Language, I don't do any of this stuff. Here is the all-important video link. If I just click next, I don't need to add anything else, I don't think. This is important, the visibility. Is it private, unlisted, or public? You should make it public, because if it's private, you have to identify who can watch it. If it's fine, then you can make it public, and then we click publish. Here is the video link, so you can copy this, and that's what you would upload to Blackboard or WhatsApp or something like that. So you can click on close, and now this video is here, but if I go to my channel, nope. If I just go to my normal channel, so this is what my channel looks like, and the video will appear in technical support for students, so it should be in here, and there it is at the bottom. I seem to have uploaded twice. I'm just going to leave it there for now. Okay. Okay. So the final point, now that I have 40 videos, and my intention is to build it up to 200 videos, because I want to have a video to go along with every learning point on the course, is to design it. This is what it now looks like. It has a bit more of a visual at the start, and it also has playlists with Arabic support. So I've put in an about just to describe what the page is. I've made the playlists. I've got to admit, I didn't have any idea. I've made playlists for music and things, for Christmas songs, but I didn't realize how much it would help for this. And now it has, this one at the top here that says technical support. So there's this particular way to make them visible to people on your channel. They can't see my Christmas songs, but they can see the ones I put together. So this YouTube link helped me with that. We're teaching Arabic students. They've got a low English level sometimes, so to have the title written in Arabic, even though the video will be in English, is helpful, so they know they're at least getting the right one, because it would be horrible for them to watch 3 or 4 videos and be on the wrong one. I turn the comments off, as I said before. This is available to non-ADVETI students, people, so I don't want any comments on there that could be offensive to my students. For this banner at the top, I use something called snapper.com, because YouTube is coded to be used on mobiles, laptops, and a TV. So what Snapper did, it took a picture that I uploaded, and it allowed me to shift it so that if YouTube is opened on the TV, it would still look pretty good with this image. So it's done in a particular way. So I thought that was a good thing to add. Subscribers, I'm asking my students to subscribe. Most of these subscribers I have are the teachers, but it'd be good if your students were subscribing so that they get the new uploads when they appear. And then the tags are things that help people to find it, so that if it was something to do with this particular video I'm doing now, would be YouTube channel, ADVETI, PowerPoint, presentations, professional development, things like that. Okay, so what's next? So I encourage the people who attended this workshop to have a go. They should choose a lesson, condense it into 5 minutes, create the PowerPoint, open Screencast-O-Matic and get recording. If you're worried about putting it out on YouTube, just keep it private, watch it back yourself a few times, maybe redo it again, and then ask for friends and family to give you some honest feedback. For my own department, I'm looking to make one YouTube channel with a video for each grammar point. That's the 200 videos. I don't want to be the only person making it. I want the fixed structure that we talked about before, but I want individuals to create and add their own little twist to it if they want, so that we're sharing these videos around, and maybe a teacher from one city is being used to support a lesson in another city. I think that would be look quite good. These are some useful channels that I subscribe to, that I get some ideas on how to present my videos. Khan Academy, TED-Ed and Kurzgesagt are excellent, well put together videos. They have much higher design skills than I have, and obviously a lot more money, so they look good. For individual teachers, I like the work of Eddie Wu, who's a maths teacher from Australia, and then Ingvid is a whole selection of English teachers. So these are the ones that I tend to watch to get some ideas and try to mimic a little bit with my own development. Just to recap then, I'm not an e-learning expert. I just give it a go and I try to make it better each and every time. I've redone a couple of videos. It's good to make a video for our institute, for the students, and for you. It's another string to your bow. Look at the structure of the videos, the 6 minutes things that I've said before, the talking head. Use the equipment that we've got. Edit it if you want to. You then upload it to YouTube. Design the site once you have a few. And just give it a go. Have a try. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and thank you very much.